1. The commitment, why the first 90 days matter most. The Monk Mode Challenge begins on New Year's Day, not as a resolution, but as a contract with yourself. The first 90 days of the year are the most powerful because they set the tone for everything that follows. Most people quit by February. Monk Mode exists to make sure you don't. This challenge is about eliminating distractions and replacing them with structure, discipline, and clarity. For 90 days, you decide that comfort is off the table and growth is the priority. The commitment is simple but serious: no excuses, no negotiating, no starting again on Monday. You define clear rules around your habits, sleep, training, nutrition, work, finances, and digital consumption, and you follow them daily. The goal is not perfection but consistency. Missing once is a lesson, missing twice is quitting. Monk Mode teaches you to show up even when motivation disappears. These 90 days are a proving ground. They strip away external validation and force you to rely on self-respect. Every disciplined action reinforces the identity of someone who finishes what they start. By the end of the first month, momentum replaces resistance. By day 90, discipline no longer feels forced, it feels normal. This is why the first 90 days matter most. They transform intention into identity. 2. Mental Monk Mode, mastering focus, silence, and self-control. Mental discipline is the backbone of the 90-day Monk Mode Challenge. From day 1, you reduce mental noise, no mindless scrolling, limited entertainment, and intentional information intake. Silence becomes a tool, not something to avoid. Journaling, meditation, and reflection are daily non-negotiables, even if only for a few minutes. These practices sharpen awareness and build emotional control. Monk Mode trains you to respond instead of react. When urges to procrastinate, escape, or self-sabotage appear, you learn to sit with discomfort. This is where real growth happens. Instead of seeking dopamine, you build tolerance for boredom and focus. Over time, your attention span lengthens, and your mind becomes calmer and clearer. During these 90 days, you also practice brutal self-honesty. You confront limiting beliefs, negative self-talk, and patterns that have held you back. Monk Mode is not about positivity, it's about truth. Each day you strengthen the muscle of self-control, and that strength carries into every area of life. By the end of the challenge, your mind feels disciplined, resilient, and sharp. You no longer need constant stimulation to feel okay. Focus becomes your default state, and that mental clarity becomes one of Monk Mode's greatest rewards. 3. Physical Monk Mode, discipline through the body. The 90-day Monk Mode Challenge demands physical discipline because the body reinforces the mind. Each day includes intentional movement, strength training, cardio, mobility, or structured physical practice. The goal is not aesthetics alone, but consistency and energy. You train whether you feel like it or not, because discipline does not depend on mood. Nutrition becomes simple and clean. You eliminate junk, emotional eating, and excess sugar or alcohol. Meals are planned, repeatable, and fuel performance. Hydration, sleep, and recovery are treated as priorities, not afterthoughts. Monk Mode teaches you that neglecting your body creates mental weakness, while respecting it builds confidence. Physical discomfort is reframed as progress. Early mornings, sore muscles, and fatigue become signals that you are changing. Each workout completed when motivation is low becomes a win for self-trust. Over 90 days, these small victories compound into visible results: increased strength, better posture, higher energy, and improved mood. By the end of the challenge, your body reflects your discipline. You walk, think, and act differently. Physical Monk Mode creates a feedback loop: strong body, strong mind, that supports every other part of the challenge and makes quitting feel unthinkable. 4. Digital and Lifestyle Monk Mode, cutting distractions at the source. A major pillar of the 90-day Monk Mode Challenge is digital and lifestyle discipline. You audit your environment and remove anything that pulls you away from your goals. Social media is restricted or eliminated. Notifications are turned off. Entertainment is reduced to intentional, scheduled use, or cut entirely. This creates immediate space for focus and deep work. Monk Mode replaces passive consumption with active creation. Time once spent scrolling is now invested in learning, building, or planning your future. You structure your days with routines: morning rituals, focused work blocks, training time, and evening reflection. Chaos is replaced with order. Lifestyle Monk Mode also means saying no to people, events, and habits that don't align with the challenge. This can feel uncomfortable at first, but it builds self-respect. You stop living reactively and start living deliberately. Your environment begins to support your discipline instead of fighting it. By day 90, distraction feels unnatural. You crave clarity instead of chaos. Digital and lifestyle control give you back hours each week, and that reclaimed time becomes one of the most powerful outcomes of Monk Mode. 5. The outcome: identity shift after 90 days. The true goal of the 90-day Monk Mode Challenge is identity transformation. These 90 days are not about checking boxes, they are about becoming someone who follows through. Each disciplined action rewires how you see yourself. You stop identifying as someone who tries and start identifying as someone who executes. There will be difficult days. Motivation will fade. Doubt will creep in. Monk mode teaches you to keep going anyway. Every time you choose discipline over comfort, your identity hardens. By the end of the challenge, quitting no longer feels like an option, it feels out of character. After 90 days, your habits are automatic, your confidence is earned, and your standards are higher. You trust yourself because you've proven you can endure discomfort without collapsing. This self-trust carries into the rest of the year, making bigger goals feel achievable. Monk mode doesn't end at day 90, it evolves. The challenge becomes the foundation for the next phase of your life. You don't reset, you build forward. 90 days in, you're no longer chasing discipline, you are discipline.